So, in today's video, we are going to talk about Ethereum 3.0. We're going to talk about what the future of finance is going to look like, or I am yet again trying to convince you about my research, about what I have found, that the future of banking is going to be built on the blockchain, but that it is going to be built on the Ethereum blockchain. But not only that it's going to be built on the Ethereum blockchain, not only that the future of banking is going to be with the central bank digital currency. The Ethereum 3.0 is so much more than that. Having said that, in case you just came to my channel, to this video, because you wanted to hear that Ethereum is going to go to the moon, well, most likely it is. At least that is the end statement with this video. So if if that's all you wanted to know, then I invite you to go on to the next video. In case, however, you want to dig a little bit deeper, you have the patience to listen to what I have done my research on. I would be very happy if you stay, very happy even if you comment. These videos are not only me telling you something, but very much to have some kind of engagement. You see, I think in the days of pandemic and lockdown that, many of us are having probably more time than we used to. And I also believe that only through, we got to find like new ways of communicating. So, this is why I started this. I wanted to share, but I also wanted to hear. Anyway, before we get into today's topic, I want to welcome you to the Bitcoin Channel Live. This is the channel where I try to take you from traditional to digital. My name is Nico Harachi, and I'm the host of this little show. So, in this video, yes, 3.0, I want to go a little bit back, try to clarify also why I believe that all the commercial banks, let's say that the current commercial banking system is simply not going to exist in the near future. When I say the near future, probably 5 to 10 years. I think that due to the economic global crisis that we are facing, the financial crisis, that the policymakers, the governments, the central bankers, they need someone to point fingers at. And I think that will be this time they want to, make themselves look like Mighty Mouse and point the fingers at the bankers. Having said that, I think that a lot of other things are going on. And what I'm going to get to at the end of this video is not Ethereum 2.0, because Ethereum 2.0 is very much, I think, what everybody is aware of. That is simply what people, as of now, recognize as the decentralized financial ecosystem. However, already there I disagree. I believe that the Ethereum 2.0 is a banking system called a centralized banking ecosystem. And let's say in blockchain terminology, that is called a permissioned blockchain. However, where a decentralized layer of decentralized applications can offer their financial services. And we will get to that. It's not as complicated as it sounds. I just think that the narrative and the perspective of the future has changed a little over I would even say the past 6 months. So, I'm not mistaking Ethereum 2.0 with 3.0, because I can assure you that Ethereum 3.0 is something called Ethereum Swarm and Whisper. And that is designed to enhance the emergence of decentralized applications and by extension of the Web 3.0 paradigm by servicing as a decentralized data storage solution. You see, in contrast to 2.0, which is just a consensus mechanism or validator of decentralized transactions, Ethereum 3.0, Swarm, Whisper, is going to be the world's largest decentralized data storage solution. Now, what they're gonna store on that huge, massive cloud storage of computers, that we will reveal in the end. So I think we gotta start with ConsenSys. And what is ConsenSys? Well, if you don't know ConsenSys, it is a software company that is basically, it's a software engineering blockchain company that is basically only building solutions on the Ethereum blockchain. However, it was founded by Joseph Lubin, and he also co-founded Ethereum. And, not many talk about him, right? Mainly we hear about, obviously, Vitalik, we hear about Gavin Wood, Robinhood, and we hear about Hoskinson from Cardano, but we don't hear as much about Joseph. However, he is, it was said that he is worth 1 to 5 billion. Yes, I know that was in the, after Ethereum hit an all-time high, and nobody really knows. But what we do know, and I will get to that. So anyway, so he started ConsenSys, and he's been running a Goldman Sachs private wealth management division. He's been studying in Princeton, and there are some other stories here when he met Vitalik, and in 2014, on New Year's Day, he then committed to Ethereum. However, also it is rumored, as they say here, that he was one of the top buyers in the Ethereum crowd sale. It goes up to saying that he bought as much as 95%. So some they believe that he's this, let me just put it here, that believes that he may be the single largest holder of Ether, with valuations high as 10 billion. Nevertheless, nobody knows. Just want to show another article. Here they're going over Joseph's entire life. They're saying you can even see it here. Who is Joseph Lubin? The life of Ethereum's co-founder. And this was in May 2020. And then they go in here about, they almost go back to, they do actually almost, where he was born, and so co-founder of Ethereum. And then, anyway, they talk a lot about where he was raised. I will link all this below. It's just very funny. They don't write anything here about him. So him having, that he's basically that he co-founded the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance with JP Morgan. But anyway, they write about everything else, but not that. And I find that is quite important. You see, they even write here, it's speculated, however, that he provided up to 95% of the 18 million raised in the sale of Ethereum. Also not where I want to get at. So, we move on. He started ConsenSys in 2014, co-founder of ConsenSys. So, here in December 1st, 2020, this is the blog from ConsenSys. And ConsenSys have had incredible success with central banks. And here they're actually just writing an article, how are central banks approaching digital currencies on Ethereum? A lesson, it's basically a lesson learned from ConsenSys CBDC customers. So anyway, when they say here, when the ConsenSys publishes white paper, central banks, and they were also at the World Economic Forum in 2020. They have been basically at all these major, G20 and all these kind of meetings. Anyway, if you look at this system, it's very much, you got the central bank here, then you got a shared ledger, which is basically, you could say, the current system, where the money they flow from the central bank into the intermediary banks, and then the intermediary bank has then a relationship with the end client. However, as we also see here, they're then saying in this article, we explore the 4 recent ConsenSys CBDC pilots. That means ConsenSys is already working with the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, Bank of Thailand, Société Générale Forge, I believe that, this, obviously we know that the European Central Bank are going to, let's say, have some of the national banks also deal with the new CBDC. They're working with the Reserve Bank of Australia. And then we go further down. So they're basically saying that, they're working with these central banks, and this is all in order to have a proof of concept of how it can look and back and forward. I think what is important here is that, I'm gonna read this to you. ConsenSys CBDC offering is based on ConsenSys Quorum, which was recently acquired from JP Morgan. So Quorum is an open source Ethereum client optimized for enterprise and institutions needing permissioning capabilities. Instant blah, 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 blah. Let me just see here. So what is it? Quorum, and now look at this. ConsenSys Quorum is used by a third of all blockchain projects globally, which includes 25 of the world's largest banks and 400 institutions globally. I mean, that's a pretty strong statement, right? So they go further down, and it's a long article, but I think this here is important. So I think it should be important to remember Quorum, as you probably know, but I'm not sure that you know the amount of banks that they have as clients. And maybe just to show you here, you can see Onyx by JP Morgan. So basically now JP Morgan is a client of ConsenSys, and Quorum was originally developed by JP Morgan. However, they couldn't do it without ConsenSys. So, there was some hanky-panky going on there. Nobody knows really. Anyway, so Onyx by JP Morgan is just a new model for innovation in the financial system from JP Morgan. 5 years in the making. You see, I almost get sick and tired when even the mainstream media, when they all say, oh, Jamie Dimon, he did not like blockchain and he didn't like this and that. I mean, come on. The Enterprise Ethereum Alliance was co-founded by JP Morgan. And they even say here, they've been 5 years in the making. I'm also going to say that all the information I'm sharing with you today is all public. So, it's not that, I'm some kind of, wild range journalist. Anyway, so Onyx is basically just, this is where JP Morgan are basically working with 25 of the world's top leading institutions. Let me just try to think, I have to do it here. And 400 leading institutions in 78 countries. And they were the first global bank to enable deposit accounts on a blockchain ledger. You probably already know that, right? So far so good. Now, so if we go back to the ConsenSys article, here they're basically outlining. So let me see here what they're saying. On a network level, we can use ConsenSys Quorum or Hyperledger Besu on the front-end application side, codify payments, provides a simple user platform for issuance, interbank payments and transfers, liquidity management, identity, onboarding, and analytics. That's all good and fine. So if you look at, I'm sorry about that. So if you look at this one here, that actually shows this is what the future of finance is going to look like. And here we also have all the layers here on the left. So layer 1, right? Base layer, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4. It's just funny that when you see in the layer 1, which is the smart contracts, which is the blockchain, this is where you got Quorum. And that's a permissioned blockchain, which basically is not what we always talk about, a decentralized ecosystem. No. It's a Quorum private permissioned blockchain in cooperation with Infura. And Infura, public blockchain, as I like that they write. And that's also true. But Infura is also, let's say, company that was that was started with the help of Joseph Lubin and ConsenSys, and basically everyone that wants to set up a dApp, a decentralized application for the Ethereum ecosystem, they can do it alone, but all the big ones that really matter are doing it on Infura. And I mean, you can go into Infura, you can also see they're working. I mean, so if we look here at their customers of Infura, you can see featured customers are Acropolis. That already actually could be a very good buy, right? I mean, they got a small market cap, so here we go. With Nori, Compound, as we know, also really been just increasing in value here the last 2 days. Uniswap, hey, it's also funny how Uniswap shot out of nowhere and became basically the biggest exchange by volume. Even though it's the biggest decentralized, it's also, I think in terms of volume, I think they're even bigger than Binance. Then we got you can see other tokens, and Maker and Aragon, but you can all more or less sponsored by ConsenSys. What you have here is the entire future ecosystem. But so let's just go back. So this is the first layer. Then here in the layer 2, we got, these are more, let's say, administrative things, key vaults, transaction, and then on layer 3, even as they say, non-functional requirements, functional applications, this is digital currency operations, digital currency business logic, scalability, privacy, identify. But you can also see here on the right side, we have another company or application or whatever you want to call it, Codify. And they can take care of everything that has to do with data, compliance, markets, assets, workflow, and furthermore. And you can also go into Codify payments, digital currency settlement for CBDCs, and asset-backed stablecoins. So here you go. I mean, this is just, remember we got here today. I mean, central banks in G7 countries spend over 50 million per year on clearing and settlement. What you basically just see here is that it's all set up. I mean, I always say the future of finance is being built right in front of our eyes, and it's being built on the blockchain. However, layer 4, wallets, web applications, and I like that they don't call them dApps, user interfaces. This is basically what is left for the future of, let's say, for people like us, in case we wanted to create something. Hey, that's not little, right? I mean, there are lots of things. You can also look at, there are other, Polkadot and VeChain. And VeChain is a very, very good example, or Chromia, which is a Swedish blockchain. So the fact that the ecosystem is going to be built on the blockchain, and the fact that you can identify it's going to be built on Ethereum, still leaves a lot of opportunity. It is just probably not this decentralized ecosystem one was anticipating. I think I spoke enough about that, and I then want to take you to what is the 3.0. So, it's very interesting, right? As I said, Ethereum 3.0, which is Swarm. Here you can go and you can find a detailed guide. That's where it led to me, I don't know how I found it. And basically what it is it's a detailed guide how blockchains such as Ethereum, it is for Ethereum, allow the implementation of decentralized applications. The main idea is that the dApps consist of deploying an application in the form of smart contracts on an immutable blockchain, therefore eliminating trusted application service and single points of failure. And now we get to it. Ethereum Swarm is designed to enhance the emergence of dApps by extending the Web 3.0 paradigm by serving as a decentralized data storage solution. And this is also what I said, that you see, until now, they're trying to create the biggest computer that the world has ever seen, but all this decentralized, or let's say all what the miners do is that they're verifying transactions, right? But we do not have anything where you can actually store storage. So let me just see here. So what are they saying? They're saying decentralized storage. A solution to this dependency on centralized components can be found in decentralized storage solution. The idea is simple. It's a peer-to-peer network of collaborating nodes, which is used to pool resources. So basically, I mean, it's like Filecoin, it's like Sia Coin. There are many coins out there that are doing that. And this network acts as a distributed cloud storage solution with built-in redundancy. I'm not going to get too much into this. However, if you go further down, obviously you can see the interplanetary file system, which is what Filecoin is built on. You then go down and see here the Ethereum Swarm architecture, right? And then you can see Swarm is Ethereum implementation of a decentralized file storage network. It is supported by Ethereum GERT, and interacting with the storage network is closely linked to Ethereum blockchain and requires an Ethereum account. Obviously, you can only do that with an Ethereum account. So you got the file. I will link this below, because what I want to get to, so I don't take all your time, is and this is good. So this ensures that data integrity can be verified by this introduces. I'm sorry for this. So another layer, the Ethereum name service ENS, allows users to register human readable names for their content. ENS is implemented as a smart contract on the Ethereum network and can be considered the equivalent of the domain name DNS that facilitates content naming in traditional internet services. And then if you go further down here, you can see you can actually then actually go to the official site, which is called ENS, Ethereum Name Service. And if you scroll down here and you see what this is, it's a very, very, let me just, I was looking at that before. Here we go. So here you can basically create your own ENS instead of your own DNS. And what will that be? Well, that is one name for all of your cryptocurrencies. So basically it will be your wallet for all your currencies. So it could be, I guess, like a social security number, because furthermore, together, it's not only that you have a wallet with all your currencies. Remember, it's connected also to the cloud storage service, meaning that all your personal data can also be stored there. So it's a really, really innovative and let's say a simple way of doing everything. So as you can see here, ENS is the most widely integrated blockchain naming standard, and then there you go. I think you get the point. Now I also know, and I'm not gonna go so much further into this. I know that many people, they say, oh, this is the, the end of the world, the reset, and conspiracy theories. Now, hey, I'm not into that, and I really don't care. I'm here to make money. However, I mean, also one has to see. I mean, I myself, for example, I've lived in so many different countries. I've lived in the United Arab Emirates, in Hong Kong. I've spent a lot of time in Japan, in Germany, in Austria, in Denmark, in France, in Ukraine. So, I mean, I can only say that for a person like me, having, one wallet for every place, you don't have to deal, with, exchange rates and insurance companies, travel insurance, and whatever it is. So in one sense, it does make things easier, especially in a world where globalization has been emerging for so many years. On the other hand, of course, there are some privacy issues, but hey, I believe that if we are the ones that can identify these opportunities, we're the ones that can make money. And I got 3 children myself. So if I can support them and be a good father, then that's what I will do. And I will leave all these political issues to the democracy. So that was it for today from me. This was a big thing, I gotta say. I hope, I'm not sure, you enjoyed it, and if there's any questions, then please let me know, because I can imagine that maybe I didn't explain everything thorough, but I will leave everything down below. And in case you enjoyed it, should you have, then remember to smash, like, subscribe. Everything is appreciated, because we are a little YouTube channel. Having said that, I wish you well, and as always, God bless America.